Good afternoon, San Francisco. Today's forecast is a high of 87 with a lot of clouds.
There's been a crash on I-33 West causing some delays. In politics, Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders get in a fistfight backstage after a debate.
In sports, Steph Curry creates a new move called the step over back and in. Here's a short clip.
Yay! In other news, today we are talking about urban sprawl. Here's Emma on the scene in a San Francisco suburb. Emma?
I'm reporting live from Berkeley, and today I've been learning about urban sprawl. Urban sprawl is basically another word for urbanization. It refers to the migration of people from populated towns and cities to low-density residential developments over more and more rural land. The end result is the spreading of the city and its suburbs over more and more rural land. Becca Balzer is the CFO of the biggest housing company in the Bay Area. Becca, how does your company help develop the economy of the San Francisco Bay Area?
Well, with the help of urban sprawl, the standard of living increases, which means that people have the ability to pay more to travel and commute longer distances to work and back home.
I see, and I know that there are some downsides to urban sprawl, like the consumption of natural and man-made resources.
For sure, when urban sprawl happens, a lot of natural environments that animals have been living in for their whole lives are taken away. There are an extensive list of ecological risks that, if not aware and taken into consideration, can hurt the environment.
What are some of those risks?
Well, to name a few, increased travel costs, increased economic and racial disparity of urban centers, loss of productive farm and timberland, and the loss of natural lands that support tourism, wildlife, and related industries. Our company has taken this into consideration and is doing everything that we can to keep these under control.
Increased economic disparity means that when wealthier people move out to the suburbs, the poor people are left in the city, causing an economic gap. Racial disparity means that as the wealthier are moving to the suburbs, minorities are left in the poorest part of the region.
Correct. One of the most recently discovered risks of urban sprawl is the increase in obesity.
What does that mean?
People move out of the suburbs, they start to depend more and more on automobiles as transportation, instead of bikes or walking. Even for short trips, people use their cars to get there. So they decrease in physical activity and cause increase of risk of heart problems, diabetes, and high blood pressure from increased obesity risks.
Thank you, Becca. Now back to the studio. Sara?
Thanks, Emma. Emily's going to tell us about the economic risks of urban sprawl.
In a study at the Global Commission on the Economy and Climate, sprawl increases the distance between homes, businesses, services, and jobs, which raises the cost of providing infrastructure and public services by 10 to 40%. This is a positive and a negative because it raises the income of the local and national government, but it causes citizens to spend more money on housing.
Some other examples include increased travel costs, loss of productive farm and timberland, loss of natural lands that support tourism, more expensive roads, and higher utility and school construction and maintenance costs.
Our next guest is here to talk about the economic benefits of urban sprawl.
With urban sprawl, people are attached to the area, and the population increases. The American Farmland Trust reports that in Pennsylvania between 1992 and 2005, the population grew by 4.5%, and the developed land increased by 131%.
With more people living in these suburbs, there's more competition for jobs. Urban sprawl also increases the distance between homes, raising the building costs, and providing businesses and governments more money. Companies' offices are moved into the suburbs when more people are living there. In 45 years, the nation's number of offices in suburbs grew 35%.
That's all we have time for today. Tune in at 7 for NCAA tournament updates.
With the help of urban sprawl, the standard of living increases, which means that people have the ability to
I'm going to get so smooth.
bikes or walking.
I hate this!